You want to see something obnoxious? Today we're stuffing Pasilla peppers with pulled pork, topping them with an avocado ranch. We're smoking them on the Apex. Let's go. We're gonna start out by blistering these Pasilla peppers really, really well. All we're gonna do is we're gonna take regular old peppers, throw them on the sidekick, flame open. I'm not gonna do all of them, I'll leave some for show. Just throw them down like this, and then crank that heat. So what we're doing is we're just using the fire to really quickly roast the pepper from the outside. It's cooking the inside also because it's completely sealed, so it's steaming the inside with all the pepper juices that are in there. And the reason why we're doing this, so we can char up the pepper, remove the skin. That way it's nice and soft when we go to stuff it. Char all the way around, nice and even. Turn our sidekick off. This is what you're looking for. This flaky outer skin, completely blistered and charred. We're gonna take our clear wrap, we're gonna wrap it over the top and seal it nice and tight. And you're gonna see that immediately start doming up and condensating from all the heat of those peppers. So what's gonna happen is now those peppers are gonna continue to steam. And as they come down from temperature, because they're super hot, as they come down from temperature in that environment, that moist environment, they're gonna release their skin a lot easier. So when we go to peel them later, it's gonna be a lot easier to peel them than if we just sat them down now and tried to scrape them with a knife. It'd be really messy. So we'll let those sit, we'll move on. Moving on to our pan saute. I like using a really amazing aluminum pan, or you could do like a stainless steel pan, because we're gonna deglaze it. We're gonna deglaze it with pico de gallo.
Why not a cast iron skillet?
Well, you could use a cast iron, but they don't deglaze as well. You don't want a lot of water in your cast iron. It's just a type of cast iron cooking, and acids aren't great for cast irons and stuff like that. And heat fluctuations, if it's super hot and you're getting the fond built up on the bottom, and you put something cold in to deglaze, you could ruin your pan. Potentially, you could potentially ruin your pan. Odds, might not, but you could maybe crack the pan even. Also, if your cast iron's seasoned really well, it's nonstick. And if it's nonstick, you're not developing a fond, which is like the sugars cooking into the bottom of the pan because of the temperature changes. What you want, that's all caramelization and good, but if it's nonstick, it's not sticking to the pan, so you're not getting that. So you want it to stick to the pan so you can scrape it and develop a fond, so then when you add something colder, the super cold thing hits the super hot thing and then it releases that fond.
Because the little molecules are going like, as they're going hot and cold.
So, something like that. I don't know, 4 pieces of bacon. That sounds great. Why not? Everybody loves bacon. We'll do 4 pieces, and I'm just gonna dice it up. The thickness doesn't matter. I mean, you don't want it super thick, but it doesn't have to be even or perfect in any way. You're just stuffing the peppers with it. Wait for this truck to drive by. Okay, corn. Next step, take that off the cob really fast. Okay, don't need a lot. We'll start with that. And then without anything in the pan, no oil, nothing, we're gonna throw the corn in, we're gonna start toasting it up.
Is it gonna pop like popcorn?
No. No, that would be cool though. But see the color that you're getting just like instantly? And notice how if the pan's super hot, it's not sticking to the pan. So you're toasting the corn up. You're gonna start getting like a nice char smell on it. When it starts getting the color on it, we're gonna add our bacon in. So now the bacon's in it, when we start toasting it, bacon's gonna render all the fat. That's gonna be the oil for the dish, the natural fat from the bacon. So this is where you're gonna start seeing that fond, which is like this development on the bottom of the pan. We'll just cook this down. So we're rendering down the bacon. You can start seeing, this is the fond. This is all flavor, caramelized fat goodness. You want this in your food. So as you're cooking, you want to scrape it in. People think that this is like burnt or stuck on, and it would be if you like keep cooking it and burning it, but this is all part of like the flavor of the protein and the sugars cooking down. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna teach you how to deglaze the pan. And we're gonna do that with pico. And when you deglaze something, you're just adding something colder. It could be liquid, but we're just gonna use pico. So check this out. Here's the pan. We're gonna do it in real time. Add the pico. And then scrape. Look, cool the temperature of the pan by adding that. And get that back into your food as flavor. This is super Tex-Mexy. See how that comes right up? Really minimal effort. Hold on, we have to add the pork now. This is some barbecue pork that was shredded from a barbecue yesterday. It was leftover. I'm gonna throw the shredded pork in there. We're gonna do like another cup or so, like that much maybe. All right, so now we're gonna heat this pork up. We have a little bit of this Mexi style rub. We're gonna add that to season it. Now, if you want any recipe for pork, this works well with any pork recipe as like leftovers. So you can check out our website or links below just to follow up on a pork recipe if you need one. If not, just go buy some pork, use your leftover pork, save it for next time. Same thing with the Mexi rub. That's part of our carnitas recipe. So you can go mix it up if you want, but any like Southwest barbecue rub just works fine on this. All right, we're gonna call it done when there's most of the liquid is gone. All of the liquid is gone, everything's hot, and we're starting to caramelize again on the pan. We don't want that. So we're gonna let's grab this, throw it in our bowl. There we go. See how it's starting to caramelize up again? Done.
You guys need me out here?
I always need you.
Alright.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
All right. It melted to the inside. We're gonna add half a stick of cream cheese to this, elegantly. We're in Utah and it's like 100 degrees outside. So trying to film outside in a small amount of time with a bunch of ingredients that we should get a fridge. We'll get a fridge. Next time we'll have a fridge. So that's 4 ounces of cream cheese. We're just gonna mix it in and take a peek at what it looks like. The recipe will be in the links in the description below. That recipe is exact. We're just kind of eyeballing here because we're not making the exact amount. But you want more cream cheese. Can we get redemption?
Sure.
Okay, if you open it, you go like, it should do that. Super hot out. A little bit more. It's definitely a lot easier to do this when you're room temping your cream cheese. We're gonna grade about 4 ounces of, well, it's more like 8 ounces of pepper jack. Maybe that much, I don't know. Half? Mix it up. What does it look like? It looks good, that's good.
Fully melted.
Yeah, set that aside. That can chill. This is here. Pepper unveiling. Is there still gonna be steam? Let's see, probably not, it's hot out. Nothing, no. So you should be able to just do that. But you don't wanna break it. Don't use gloves, because you can feel it better.
So what's the purpose? Just get all the crust off?
Well, the crust is the skin. The crust is literally the outside skin on the pepper. And so what you've done is you've charred the entire skin, but cooked the pepper in the process. So the pepper's essentially fire roasted. This is what a fire roasted pepper looks like. And so you're adding a lot of flavor, and then you're adding the lovely char on it, and then you're removing the skin. The skin won't get like stuck in your teeth and all of that bitterness that comes with it. This should smear right off. All right, so we're gonna take the peppers. We're gonna put a little slice, incision, open. And notice I'm not taking anything out. Like I don't care about the seeds. They're not super spicy hot seeds. They're not gonna kill you. If you wanna take them out, you can. Stuff them in there. Get it under the, yeah, there we go. So just like that, fill all our peppers. If you had a spoon, like if you just had a tablespoon, it'd be so much easier. But I'm lazy and I don't have one. Because then you could just like hold it open and stuff it.
Are you even lazy, bro?
I'm so lazy. And don't mind our cheese, it's warm out. Your cheese will probably look better than my cheese. So now I'm just gonna throw them on the grill to smoke. So we're essentially baking them, but we're gonna kiss them with fire while we do it. We got the grill set to 350, high smoke. Doesn't really matter that high of a temperature, but getting extra smoke is always good. So we'll let that go till the inside's hot. You wanna bring everything back up to temperature. It's like 165 degrees. So like 25 minutes maybe, depending on grill. We'll be right back. Let's see, those are cooking. They're almost done, melted good. We're just gonna bust out our sauce really fast. So we're gonna do about a cup of mayonnaise. So like that. We're gonna do a cup of buttermilk. So like that. We're gonna take a really nice avocado that's ripe and ready. Like another cup of pico, liquid and everything. About a quarter of a head of cilantro. You don't have to chop it, just throw it in. Throw a ranch packet in. So it's basically ranch. You're making ranch, but you're adding pico, cilantro. So it's like a cilantro ranch, like a Southwest Tex-Mexy style ranch. But it's just a lot easier to just throw everything in and stick blend it. When you make it, instead of like making the ranch first and then adding flavors and other stuff to it, you just do it this way. So I'm just gonna make sure this is all mixed up, and that's kind of like what it looks like. Really nice, like avocado cilantro ranch, super tasty. And the avocado has like this really awesome cooling effect. So if you have spicy food, it's gonna taste really good. Look at the color on those are done. Let's pull those and throw them on the cutting board. I have a spatula over here. I feel like I just Johnny Depped that. I have a spatula, there we go. Should slide out really easily. Like they seem delicate, and they are, but you can mess with them. Like you should be able to like just see how I'm picking it up, and I can just kind of slide it out. So just like that. There you go. Done, done, gorgeous. Look at the peppery goodness, pepper jack. Which one do you want to plate up? This one? This one is really pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's plate this one up. So you, I don't know, take it like so, throw it on the plate, and not get ash char, because, you know, outdoor patio / fine dining, you don't have the ash char. That laugh though. So hypothetically, what would you top it with? Leftover pico de gallo, of course. You know, mix it up, get some of the juices on it, and then, you know, splash of color. Yeah. Plating 101, anything on the plate, bueno. Rim, no go. So maybe some of the avocado cilantro ranch, you know, like this. Splatter it, doesn't matter. It's like Bob Ross. Like maybe cilantro lives there, maybe cilantro lives there. Yeah, like that. It's pretty easy to make. We were doing a quick saute on all the vegetables and the pork. That's done. You're using leftover pork, easy. So there's a little bit of prep. Everything for the sauce is stick blended. Make pico, go to the store and buy pico when you're shopping. Stuffed peppers. Super awesome Southwest style Tex-Mexy stuffed peppers. And they're pasilla peppers. They're not like bell peppers. They're like decent fire roasted peppers. I guess there's a little bit of work. You're fire roasting stuff, but like What are you doing? You throwing it over the fire and then letting it sit under clear wrap for half an hour? Ooh, it's a lot of work. I think you're in this at like an hour. Really. You go shopping and you're in
not
everything
bad.
at like an hour. No. So.
It's a good way to impress the guest right there.
Yeah, and you don't have to use, you could use, I mean, you want to use Anaheims, use Anaheims. You want to do big jalapenos, they're going to be a lot spicier, but you could do that and then make them into like poppers kind of, or maybe wrap them in, like stuff them, do halves, stuff them and then wrap them in bacon, but I don't know. Let's taste test it. Does that count as a cross section? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Want sauce, pepper, pork.
Here you go.
That was good. You know the only thing that would make that better? If you put that on top of a burger. If you had a burger, I mean like not filled that hard.
That'd be good.
Not filled that hard. Like maybe you did like the burger with the roasted pepper, and then you did like the pork filling with the pepper jack cheese over it and melted it, and bacon strips. Done. This is awesome.
What about like a tortilla or some kind of wrap?
Dude, no, the filling and the roasted pepper, and then like French fries. Like just a burrito with French fries and that filling, you just wrap it up, and then the sauce. Done. Done! It's good. It's really good. I love this. This makes me warm and cozy.
All right, this one's mine.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Guys, links for this full recipe where you're not cooking with the heart in the description below. And check out, you know, if you want to check out the Apex, campchef.com, check out the Apex, awesome pellet smoker. If you want any other recipes, hang out with us next time, cook a little bit, check out our YouTube.
It's your bedtime.
I don't sleep. I don't sleep.
You should.
Why do you think I'm always the way I am?